shouldn't wonder how things could be this way. I guess we'd better tell them this is a brand new day. Don't leave it up to the other man or to another day. Take your life into your hands, make it work out your way. It's not the number of times you stumble down and fall upon the ground. It's the number of times you pick yourself up and keep on moving on to reach your goals. Come on, everybody. Come on, everyone. The time to love is here. Let these troubled days be done. I tell you, come on, everybody. Come on, everyone. Wow. Hey, folks. It is Success at Supper Time. This is Dr. Herbert Harris with our inspirational message for Success at Supper Time. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let's see, we have Christabel, we have Nashe, you have the Kenya Crooks in the house on Instagram, and we have a nice group on YouTube. Thank you. Hey, folks, this Success at Supper Time piece has really been going great. And we've been going through the laws of our book from the 12 Universal Laws of Success and dealing with it in a little more depth than we usually do. This week, we've been looking at the law of change. We talked a little about the fact that the scriptural basis says, be not conformed to this world, but be you transformed by the renewing of your mind. And so that says that whatever is going on in your life right now, you don't have to stay stuck there. Whatever situations, whatever relationship, whatever your finances, whatever your situation, period, the conditions, your surroundings, the key is you don't have to stay stuck there. So be not conformed to this world, but be you transformed by the renewing of your mind, by thinking a new thought. And we also, in that chapter earlier, we talked about the idea that in order to change, you have to have three basic characteristics to change. You have to have faith that something better is waiting for you out there, that there's something to change to. You know, it's like having a GPS in your car. It has to really work well, but it won't work well until you put in a destination. So you have to have faith that you can get where you want to go. You have to make a choice. You have to choose this day whom you will serve. That if you want to change your life, you've got to make a decision, a choice to do so. And then third, you've got to have deep desire. And I mean deep, deep desire. Thanks for joining us, Chris from Australia. Thank you for joining us. And that deep desire is something that you really have to dig down deep. You got it. When they say deep desire, it's like desire, like breathing. You know, you don't have to think about breathing, but you do know that if you don't breathe, if you don't breathe, you don't live. And so deep desire. We also talked about some of the obstacles to change. That fear, false evidence appearing real. Fear of change. Fear of criticism. Fear of failure. And tonight we want to apply this. You know, reading it in the book is one thing, but applying it, and how do you make it happen? And the piece I want to share this is taken from our home study course. And by the way, if you don't have it, you need to get it. You can go to our website, herbertharris.com, and you can get the home study course. We call it the New You for the New Year home study course. So in the second lesson of the home study course says this: what changes must I make to my life to create the person that I want to be? And so for those of you listening, that's a question to ask yourself. What changes do I have to make to my life to create the person that I want to be? To have the things that I desire to have, to go the places I want to go. So what's the process? And this is the beauty of the home study course. In the workbook, we take you through these exercises. The first key, a little coffee here. the first key is to assess where you are right now. And that's what lesson 1 is about, assessing where you are right now. So right now, at this point of the year, we've gotten to not quite a quarter, but we're at a point now where we can assess our progress and then make the changes to bring about the life we desire. So the first question to ask yourself, that went down the wrong way. Am I happy? Right now, at this point in time and space, am I happy? That's a profound question. And you know what? You're the only one that knows the answer to that question, because a lot of us, we have great fronts. We project certain things to the public, but only you inside know, are you happy? And if you are happy, don't just leave it there and say, why am I happy? Well, maybe I'm happy because good things are happening to me. Maybe I'm happy because money is coming to me that I was really working hard to get and that I need for me and my family. Maybe I'm happy because I'm getting the promotion on my job. Maybe I'm happy because my relationship is really great. That me and my wife, my spouse, my significant other, whoever, we're getting along great. Everything is going good. And if that's the case, hallelujah. But diagnose it so that you can keep doing it. You know, many times we'll have success and we can get so excited about our success that we don't remember what created that success. So definitely, if I'm happy, I analyze why you are happy. And if you're not happy, really look at that. If I'm not happy, ask yourself, why am I unhappy? Why am I broke? Why is my relationship in shambles? Why am I not achieving the things I want to achieve? And write it down. Everything I'm telling you in our workbook in the home study course, we have a space to write it down. Because when you start to write it down, you begin to see a clear picture. You know, the scripture says, write the vision, make it plain that he may run that readeth it. When you start to write these answers down, and the way the home study book course is set up, you can type them in your phone. You know, I know a lot of people don't carry around a notebook or a pad or a printer. You can write in your phone. The workbook is, what do you call it, dynamic. You can type in on your phone and then print it out or type it in on your computer. So this is a fundamental question. Am I happy? Why am I happy, or why am I not happy? Once you've established that, then let's look a little further. Okay. What were my goals for this year? Now, here we are, roughly a third into the year, roughly a quarter into the year. And ask yourself, what were my goals for this year? If you can't remember them, if you don't have your goals, then it's no puzzle why you're not happy. If you're happy with no goals, you really need to look at that. Okay. But let's look at, if you're unhappy and you say, well, what were my goals for this year? If you don't know what they are, if you did not write them down, then it's no mystery why you may be unhappy. If you did write them down, though, you're in a much better position, because now, if you wrote your goals down, now you can at least look at them and say, well, I know what they were. Maybe you're a person who's been following our trainings and our teachings, and at the beginning of this year, really before the end of last year, you wrote your goals for the new year. And so now we're into the ending, rounding out the first quarter. You can assess yourself now and say, well, hey, what were my goals at the start of the year? Here's my list of goals. Write them down. You've written them down, analyze them. Say, well, now the next question is this. Am I happy with my performance to date? Am I happy with my performance to date? If you're happy with your performance to date and everything is going well, once again, analyze that, because the more you accomplish, the better you are. And so many times we'll have success where we put forth a certain amount of effort, but the success that came forth was greater than we thought. Sometimes we say, man, I succeeded beyond my wildest expectations. Don't just accept that, analyze that. Maybe you created a harmonic. Maybe you hit the right thing at the right time. You know, in the record business, you put a record out, it's almost like a crapshoot. You don't really know what's going to happen. Many years ago, a friend of mine, Andre Saunders, put out a record. We worked together on it. The record was called No Second Thoughts. Great record. Loved it. The B-side was a song called Give It Up. Guess what? People hated the A-side, but loved the B-side. So analyze what went right and what went wrong. But the point is, are you happy with your performance to date? And if you're not happy, you really need to get to work. And that's what the home study course is about. If you're not happy with your performance to date, you wrote your goals, you said you were going to do it, and now into the first quarter, and you are not happy with your performance. Well, why aren't you happy? Maybe you're happy because you had a little success, but it was not enough. Maybe you're unhappy because nothing seemed to work. You wrote the goals and didn't get a step closer. But once you have this realization, this is why I am unhappy. I did not accomplish my goals. I did not save the amount of money. I did not work hard at making my business a success. I did not make those changes in my life that would have made my relationship better. So once you do that, then you can move on to the next question. Now, here's where the law of change really begins to take hold. What can I do to improve my performance this year, right now? And let's take it to the transformational level. What must I change in my life to improve my performance this year, right now, in the attainment of my goals? Now, those of you who are listening, this is the crux right here. If you want this year to be your year for outrageous success, you need to do this right away. And not only right away, you need to constantly monitor your progress. But right here, that question, what can I do to improve my performance this year? What changes must I make to bring me closer to my goals? Whew. Now that's a heavy one. Once you list those changes now, you can put that second law of success into action. So you list the changes. Be not conformed to this world. Don't stay stuck in what's causing your problem right now. Be you transformed by the renewing of your mind. Think a new thought. Make the changes. Create the life of your dreams. Also look at this. What will I not do again? Sometimes we may not know exactly what to do, but trust me, if you're having failure after failure, you get a good clue about what not to do. And then, what will happen if I make these changes? What will my life be like if I make the changes now necessary to accomplish my goals? And dwell on that and write it out. Because as you write it out, as you write that vision, it becomes burned into your mind and you greatly enhance your ability to achieve it. The next question is, what will happen if I do not improve my performance this year? What will happen if I do not make these changes in my life? This is the crux, folks. This is it. That's why this home study course is so important, because when you can analyze your current situation like this, diagnose it, and then understand the changes necessary to bring it about, you're on the way. Let me give you an example now. But, a lot of times examples make a lot more sense. Suppose that when you set out January 1st of this year, one of your goals was to save $5,000. And the reason you want to save $5,000 is because you're setting aside, you want to accumulate $15,000 over the next 3 years so that you can have a down payment on a house. You're tired of renting. So now, that was your goal. So what does that goal mean? So when we laid out the first of the year to save $5,000 by the end of this year, over 52 weeks starting the first of the year, there are 12 months, that breaks down to $416 a month. You see, the key to achieving your annual goal is to break your annual goals down into monthly goals. And then take the first month and break that down into weekly goals. And then even break it down further into daily goals to give you a path to operate on. So if you had started out this year and followed your plan, then you would be saving $416. So you would have $416 in January, $416 in February, $416 in March. You can even break it down further. Let's just say there are 4 weeks in a month. So that means that if you had set aside and saved $104 a week between January and March 31st, that you would have that 4 times, you'd have $1,248, which is putting you on your path to achieve the $5,000 that you want to save. So the question says now, what will happen if you do achieve your goal? Well, if you had done what you said you wanted to do, at the end of the year, you would have the $5,000. You're a third of the way towards getting the down payment for your home. You may even decide to up your game. Say instead of 3 years, you want to do it in 2, get $15,000. But at least you would have accomplished that first year goal. Let's look at the real world. Now, before we go there. So if you do not accomplish this goal, then that means at the end of this year, you don't have the $5,000, which means that 3 years from now, you won't have the $15,000, which means that you won't buy the house. These are things under your control. But don't fear. The law is here. So here we are, end of the first quarter. We wanted to save $5,000. We didn't do doodly. We got nothing. So when we asked that question, what will I not do again? I will not depend on someone else. Maybe when I laid out my plan, I was depending on getting a raise to accumulate this extra money. Okay. Maybe when I laid out my plans, I was counting on being a really good card player. Things you don't control. So we are where we are right now. We have, let's just say, 3 quarters left, and you have done doodly, and you still want to achieve your goal. This is the power of this whole process. This is why this home study course can help get you on track. Because what you do now is reset your goal. You still want $5,000 at the end of the year. So what do you have to do right now to achieve that goal? Well, number one, instead of saving $416 a month, now, in order to achieve your goal, you got to save $555 a month because there are only 9 months left. Which means now, instead of $104 a week, you got to save $160 a week. So what I'm saying is when you don't accomplish your goals and you don't monitor your progress, each step along the way gets harder and harder. And this is why people often give up and quit. But with our home study course, you're able now to say, okay, let me recalculate. I didn't do well this first quarter, but I'm going to buckle down. What am I going to do now? And now these are the changes. What changes am I going to make in my life now so that I can accumulate $555 a month, so that I can save $160 a week. So now I can make a new plan. Maybe I need to get a part-time job. Okay. Maybe I need to make some more sales calls. Kenya has a gym. He has a personal trainer. If he wanted to make some extra money, maybe he needs to get some more clients. Let me hire a marketing firm. Let me advertise. Let me bring in some more clients. Maybe let me hire a couple more staff. There are more people waiting. I just can't accommodate them. Let me So the point is that once you've made this type of assessment, once you restructured your goals, and no matter where you are, you can set new goals, which is lesson 3 in the home study course, and you can make new plans to accomplish those goals, which is lesson 4 in the home study course. So to wrap up tonight, the law of change can be your salvation to take you from where you are to where you want to be. It can give you a process by which to transform yourself from where you are to where you want to be. The home study course gives you a toolkit to actually do this, to help you assess where you are right now, to look and say, hey, this first quarter is gone, and this is where I'm at. Right? To help you now make the changes necessary to accomplish your goals. So, well, now I got to save $555 a month, $160 a week. So that third class says, now let me set new goals based on the changes necessary. And then finally, to execute your plan. If you make goals and don't have a plan, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You execute your plan and you get desired results. Wow. Cool, let's just take a little breather here. I'd like to close with an affirmation. We talked about that today, and your affirmation is, I am happy. I am happy. I am happy. And you see, when that's your affirmation, you keep programming your mind for that. Your mind will create the happiness necessary to bring about the life you choose. So folks, thanks so much for being with us. We've sort of concluded the second law of success, the law of change. You know, it's based on our book, The 12 Universal Laws of Success, but I want you all to go to our website, www.herbertharris.com, and take a look at the home study course, because this is your toolkit to put the book into practice. Once again, this is Dr. Herbert Harris saying, you can be what you want to be. You can do what you want to do. You can have whatever you want to have, knowing that the best is yet to come. And so it is. I am happy. Let's sing it on out. Come on, everybody. Come on, everyone. The time to love is here. Let these troubled days be done. I tell you, come on, everybody. Come on, everyone. The time to love is here. Let these troubled days be done. All right, folks. Have a great, magnificent day, and we'll have success at supper time tomorrow night, Monday through Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Mm.